Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Investing Talk podcast. Today, if you're following the autonomous vehicle market, then you'll want to hear this. We're diving into Aurora Innovation. That's ticker symbol AUR. And they're making some pretty interesting moves, even before the market opens. AUR is already trading at $10.16, like a 56% jump from yesterday's close at $6.50. What's behind this surge? Well, they just dropped a bombshell announcement. Aurora's teaming up with NVIDIA and Continental to bring their driverless trucks to the roads. They're aiming for a launch date of April 2025 in Texas.
Wow, that's pretty incredible. It really shows how quickly things can change in the market, doesn't it? Just yesterday, a HEYUR dipped 4.69% closing at that 650 mark. So before we get too excited about this partnership, let's rewind a bit. Let's look at what might have caused yesterday's dip. It could give us some really valuable perspective.
I was actually thinking about adding AUR to my portfolio, but then yesterday's news about Nolan Shinai leaving the company really caught my eye. He was Aurora's general counsel and secretary.
Yeah, that definitely got people talking. His resignation is effective January 6th. He's moving on to things outside of autonomous vehicles. And the company says there aren't any internal conflicts. But these kinds of departures can still make investors nervous.
It's like that saying, where there's smoke, there's fire. Right. Even if it's a totally amicable split, people start wondering what's going on behind the scenes.
Exactly. And it wasn't just Schnei's departure that had people worried. There were also broader anxieties about competition, particularly from Chinese electric vehicle manufacturers. There's this fear they could impact U.S. companies like Aurora, even though Aurora's main focus is self-driving trucks, not just electric vehicles.
I can see why people would feel that pressure. But with today's news about the NVIDIA partnership, is this a potential turning point for Aurora? This deal seems to be sending a really strong message to the market. What are your first impressions?
This partnership is more than just a deal, you know. It has the potential to completely reshape the autonomous vehicle landscape. Just imagine Aurora's self-driving systems, which are already pretty cutting edge, powered by NVIDIA's top-of-the-line computing technology. That's a recipe for serious disruption.
And they're not wasting any time either.
Yeah.
April 2025 in Texas, that's right around the corner. It seems like Aurora is really serious about getting these driverless trucks on the road. But hold on. Before we all jump on the bandwagon, let's dig a little deeper. What are some of the things we really need to think about before we make any investment decisions?
Well, the first thing that stands out is Aurora's claim about their Level 4 technology. They're saying it puts them ahead of Tesla. Tesla's still working on their full self-driving system. But we can't forget about Waymo. They've been operating Level 4 vehicles for years, so Aurora has some catching up to do. We need to figure out if their technology really lives up to the hype. You know?
Yeah, I see what you mean. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement, but we need to look at the bigger picture.
Exactly. There's always more to the story. And then there's the whole financial side of things. Right now, AUR has a hold recommendation from analysts with a price target of $5.70, which is actually lower than that pre-market price we were talking about. So even with this big news, there's still some hesitation.
Right, but those analyst targets are based on what we knew before.
Yeah.
This NVIDIA partnership could change everything. We'll have to see what happens when Aurora releases their earnings report next month.
Speaking of financials, AUR hasn't reported any revenue yet, and they had a negative net income of $747 million, with a negative PE ratio of negative 13.83. I mean, wow, negative $747 million in net income. That's not just a warning sign, that's a whole parade of warning signs. But like you always say, context is key. Yeah, you're right, those numbers might seem scary at first. But we got to remember, Aurora's a growth company. And they're in a brand new industry. It's actually pretty common for companies in this stage to focus on investment and innovation instead of making a profit right away. You could even say this NVIDIA partnership might be what gets them into the black.
That makes sense. So maybe we shouldn't write them off just yet. But speaking of context, yesterday's technical data was kind of a mixed bag. Given that dip yesterday, were there any signals that stood out to you?
Well, the 8-day simple moving average, or SMA, was at $6.76. That's usually a bullish indicator. But the 20-day SMA was at $7.15, which suggests there might be some resistance as the stock goes up. The 50-day and 200-day SMAS were both below the current price, though, which points to a longer-term bullish sentiment.
So it sounds like there could be a few bumps in the road short-term, but the longer-term trends seem to be positive. What about the other indicators? What was the RSI saying?
The RSI, or Relative Strength Index, was at 50.62, which means AUR wasn't overbought or oversold. So yesterday, the market sentiment was pretty neutral. Even with the executive leaving, maybe investors were already expecting this NVIDIA news.
That's interesting. I mean, a neutral RSI after a major executive leaves seems kind of surprising, right? What about the MACD?
Yeah, good point. The MACD, or Moving Average Divergence, was at 0.03, just slightly above zero, which means there was a weak bullish momentum. So overall, the technical indicators were mixed. But that's not really unusual for AUR. It's known for being pretty volatile, with an average weekly movement of 15%.
Buckle up, everyone. Sounds like it could be a wild ride.
Sure.
So with all this in mind, what should investors be watching for in the coming weeks and months?
That's a great question. First, keep a close eye on how Aurora's Level 4 technology is progressing. Are they really as far ahead as they claim? Or are they falling behind companies like Waymo? Second, we need to see how this partnership with NVIDIA and Continental actually plays out. Does it translate into real results? Do they gain market share? Partnerships are great, but we need to see actual outcomes.
Yeah, it's all about execution, isn't it? A big fancy partnership doesn't mean anything if it doesn't lead to real-world success. And of course, you can't forget about market volatility and those broader economic trends you always talk about.
Absolutely. Things like interest rates and consumer spending, they can have a huge impact on growth companies like Aurora. You got to keep an eye on both the company itself and the overall economy.
Wow, so much to think about. But that's what makes investing so interesting, right? It's like a giant puzzle. And we're trying to figure out where all the pieces fit. Aurora's earnings report on February 12th is going to be a big piece of that puzzle. It'll give us a much clearer picture of their financial health and how they plan to become profitable.
Exactly. That report could change those analyst recommendations. And we might see some big changes in the stock price. But let's zoom out for a second and talk about the bigger picture. The autonomous vehicle industry as a whole, there are definitely challenges right now. But the long-term growth potential is undeniable. We're talking about a technology that could completely revolutionize transportation.
And Aurora's right in the middle of it all, pushing the limits of what's possible with autonomous driving.
Exactly. There will be bumps along the way. But the companies that can navigate this rapidly changing industry, they stand to gain a lot.
It's fascinating to watch this industry develop, isn't it? The potential benefits are huge, but we also need to think about the ethical and societal implications of driverless technology. Like what happens to jobs? What about safety concerns and liability issues? And we definitely need solid regulations to ensure safety and fairness for everyone.
That's a really important point. As investors, we can't just focus on profits. We need to consider the bigger societal impact of the technologies we're investing in. So where do you see this industry going in the next few years?
I think we'll see the technology keep advancing rapidly. Companies like Aurora are constantly pushing the boundaries, especially with Level 4 autonomous driving. And I think we'll see more widespread adoption, starting with specific areas like trucking and delivery services.
I agree. As the technology gets better and proves itself reliable, we could see it expanding to things like ride-hailing and personal transportation. But how quickly it's adopted will depend on a few factors, things like regulations, public acceptance, and infrastructure development.
So it'll be a gradual process, but it has the potential to change how we get around completely.
Absolutely. It'll be interesting to see how companies like Aurora adapt and evolve as this industry grows.
So after looking at all of this, what's your final verdict on Aurora innovation? Should investors be buying in, holding tight, or maybe even thinking about selling?
Well, it's a tough call, isn't it? On the one hand, you've got this groundbreaking partnership with NVIDIA and Continental. It really shows how capable Aurora is technologically. And you can't ignore the potential of the autonomous vehicle market. We could be on the edge of a complete transportation revolution.
But on the other hand, there are those financials that are making me hesitate. No revenue yet, and a pretty big net loss last year.
Right. Plus, the competition is fierce. Aurora wants to be leader, but can they really beat out companies like Waymo? And then there's Tesla, who's always coming up with something new.
It seems like there's no easy answer. It really comes down to each investor's risk tolerance and their investment goals and how much they believe in Aurora's vision.
Absolutely. Investing isn't a one-size-fits-all kind of thing. What's right for one person won't be totally wrong for someone else. That's why it's so important to do your research. Weigh the pros and cons carefully and make an informed decision that fits your own investment strategy.
And always remember that golden rule. Never invest more than you can afford to lose, especially in a sector as unpredictable as autonomous vehicles.
Couldn't agree more. A diversified portfolio and good risk management are crucial for any investor.
So for those of you thinking about adding AUR to your portfolio, staying informed is key. Keep up with Aurora's technological progress. Watch for those earnings reports and pay attention to what's happening in the industry as a whole. It'll be interesting to see how those partnerships develop.
And don't forget about the big players in the autonomous vehicle space. They're always making moves, and that's definitely going to impact Aurora's future.
It's a dynamic landscape, that's for sure. It's exciting to watch it all unfold.
Definitely. There's so much to learn and observe as this technology keeps developing.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground today on Investing Talk podcast. Hopefully this has given you a better understanding of Aurora innovation and the autonomous vehicle industry in general, and some things to keep an eye on in the coming months.
Remember, we always encourage you to do your own research, dig a little deeper, and come to your own conclusions about investing in Aurora.
Before we go, don't forget to subscribe to Investing Talk podcast and share this episode with your friends. We love hearing from you, so let us know what you think in the comments. Are you bullish or bearish on Aurora? Until next time, happy investing.